My name is METİN. This is 179th part of explanation of my theory. Ideal gas law on a single electron's surface point. Snapshot here. Yes. 1. As I told you before, if there were no free electron motion forms in our universes, there wouldn't be temperature, heat, blackbody radiations, light as successive waves. In spite of the absence of these effects, there would be imbalance, initial, undisturbed, regular, cyclical, intrinsic, spherical ring-shaped proton-bound electron motion forms, motions, and masses, energies, which relate their wavelengths. 2. According to me, free electron motion forms in our universes represent entropy. Next, I will criticize the entropy and thermal equilibrium concepts. 3. 91.155 nanometer wavelength size electron motion forms are most common wavelength size kind electron motion forms in our universes, whether free or single proton bound as hydrogen atom in hydrogen atom. And now assume that there are no any free electron motion forms, but there are single proton bound electron motion forms, for instance in hydrogen atoms at 91.155 nanometer wavelength, undisturbed, initial, conditions. In these conditions, 91.155 nanometer wavelength single proton bound electron motion forms will stay at their first cycle in balance, initial cyclical motions, unless they disturbed. Motion, cyclical motion goes on in spite of no temperature, no measurable energy. There are hidden powers. Okay. I don't want to confuse your mind now. On any point of these proton-bound electron motion forms, there are two mass and energy components, remember from my former videos, like this. Here say a proton-bound electron motion form in hydrogen 91.155 nanometer. Here say proton-bound from now on. And when a free electron motion form bound a proton, they cannot produce and propagate successive waves here. This component, c direction, speed of light component, energy and mass, here I have computed before and I have told you before, here 1,884,000 km/s linear velocity component energy. Okay? Here. Remember. Approximately 120 137 10 to the minus 19 joule. Okay? As this. Here. Okay, okay. Now. On any point of these proton-bound electron motion forms, there are two mass and energy components. In these conditions, I will not mention C component, point mass and point energy of 91.155 nanometer wavelength proton-bound electron motion form in a hydrogen atom. I will mention only its 1,884,000 km/s, 6.28 times greater than speed of light, linear velocity component of 91.155 nanometer wavelength size proton-bound electron motion. I will mention only its 1,884,000 km/s linear velocity component, point mass and point energy. Point mass is 3.858 10 to the minus 36 kilogram. Point mass I have computed, and 136.9, approximately 137 10 to the minus 19 joule constant energy, point energy. These are figures that I computed according to my theory and my formulas before. 100 here and here. Okay. 136.9 10 to the minus 19 joules linear velocity component energy is constant, and it doesn't depend on squared wave number or distance. Yes. Now, again, snapshot. This is new equality. Here, macro world. Here, micro world. Equivalency that I put forth. Okay? I advise you notice. Yes, snapshot. Here. How did I deduce that? How did I deduce that? Now again, snapshot. This is my theoretical way to deduce this. Okay? Here, snapshot. I advise you notice. I'm so sorry. Here, pressure. This is formula. Ideal gas formula, and this is ideal gas constant. 8.3144 point joules per Kelvin mole. Okay. And we know NA Avogadro number 6.02 10 to the 30, 10 to the 23. Reciprocal moles. Okay. Then, what is Avogadro number for me? For hydrogen. Hydrogen boundary limited by 91.155 nanometer wavelength. Electron motion forms. Okay. Yes. Here are electron motion form, not free, proton bound now. For a single hydrogen atom. For a single hydrogen atom. Not 6.02 10 to the 17 number hydrogen atom. For a single one hydrogen atom, this is equality. Okay? If you notice my accounting, my computing, you deduce same results. Okay. At zero temperature, approximately 1 Kelvin, here 1 Kelvin, here 1 Kelvin, okay, divided by, then computing, here, pressure multiplied by volume is equal to approximately 138 10 to the minus 19 joule. This is linear velocity energy, constant energy of 91.155 nanometer wavelength size proton-bound electron motion form. It has not to do with Boltzmann constant. Small difference and different waves, different views, different theories. My theory differs from Boltzmann theoretical foundation. Here again. Then, yes, here again. I will go on, explain in detail next. Before unifying electricity, magnetism, gravitation, unification according to my theory and my formula. I remember 2 videos I have computed a constant electromagnetic gravitational constant, a new constant. Same figure, but mainly same figure. Main figure is the same, and etc. Yes, have a good evening. See you later.